So, magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat. Ako po si Joshua Tris. Ang report ng topic 2, which is yung creating indexes. So, let's proceed po. So, the creating indexes module, it provides us with the instruction and devices to develop your hands-on skills in the following topics. So, there are 3 topics po. Number 1, we will learn how to create index on a table. Number 2, working with key columns. Number 3, managing into non-key columns. So, this project will take approximately 60 minutes or 1 hour po to complete this lab. But we will take it, kung kaya natin ng 30 minutes lang po dahil ito yung given time sa atin. So, let's proceed. Exercise number 1. So, creating index on a table. So, consider a table employee with records of 1,000 employees. So, the records consist of the employee's ID, name, designation, and their phone numbers. So, consider you have to find the phone number of a particular employee. So, you query the entire table to find the same. So, the query will scan each and every employees in the table to extract the appropriate record. So, querying such a large table increases the data retrieval time and affects the query performance. So, SQL po offers indexes as a solution that increases the query performance and also reduces the data retrieval time. So, indexes are temporarily lookup tables that point to an existing table in the database. So, querying the index instead of large tables improves the query performance and retrieve the result at a faster rate. So, indexes can be created on one or more fields of tables. So, there are 2 types po na indexes. Ito yung clustered index and non-clustered index. So, I made a research po para mas madali natin maunawaan yung pinagkaiba ng clustered index sa non-clustered index. So, let's focus first sa clustered index. So, clustered index defines the order in which data is physically stored in the table. So, table data can be sorted in only way. So, therefore, there can be only one clustered index per table po. So, why do we need, bakit natin kailangan yung clustered index? Clustered index po can improve the performance ng ating data retrieval. While a non-clustered index naman po, it doesn't sort the physical data inside the table. So, in fact, a non-clustered index is stored at one place and the table data is stored in another place. So, a non-clustered index po is also used to speed up search operation. So, bakit naman natin kailangan ng non-clustered index? So, non-clustered index po, it will help us to create a logical order for data rows and uses pointers for physical data files. So, balik tayo dito. So, task 1, work with non-clustered index. So, step 1, ensure you have powered on the required devices and connect to Club SQL 1. So, ito na po yun. So, from the Club SQL desktop, click Start and click Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. So, as you can see po, ito po yun. So, wait lang po natin. So, ayan po. So, in the server name, text box type lab SQL 01. So, and click connect. So, step 3. So, the SQL Server Management Studio windows open. So, ito po yun. So, in the Object Explorer, click to expand databases folder. So, expand daw po natin itong databases folder. And step 4, to select the database from the list of the databases, click AdventureWorks DW 2016 CTP3. So, as you can see, ito po yun. Click na natin. And we will create a new query from the query ribbon. So, click new query daw po. Ayan. Ayan. There you go. And step 5, the new query pane opens. Ito po yun. So, proceed tayo sa step 6. Type the following query in the new query pane. So, ito po yun. Ito po yung given. Copy lang natin. Yan. So this query retrieves all data, all the records from the PAC internet sales table. So step 7. To run the query, click execute or press F5. So the query runs successfully and the result is set displayed. So i-run daw po natin by using click of F5. Yan. So yan. And proceed tayo sa step 8. Number 8. To check the query performance from the query menu, click include actual execution plan. So dito na po yun. Pero may shortcut keys po tayo for information. Nakalagay ko dito para madali nating maano yung include actual execution plan ang table. So we will click Control plus M. So next po, step 5. To rerun the query, click execute or press F5. So run daw po natin ulit. Then may lalabas na dito yung execution plan tab. Yan. So lumabas na po. So step 10. To view the execution plan of the query, click the execution plan tab from the result. Yan. So click daw natin to. Ay, by the way po, madalas natin nababasa yung query sa SQL natin. So ano nga ba yung meaning ng query? Ang query po is a question or inquiry about a set of data. So yun po. So balik tayo ulit. Saan tayo? So yan. Notice that in the execution plan, the clustered index scan cost on the PAC internet sales table is 100%. So yun na po. Lumabas pa is 100%. So let's proceed to step 11. So to create a non-clustered index to reduce the cost and improve query performance from the query ribbon, click New Query. So click daw natin itong New Query. Alright, so type the following query. Okay, muna natin ito. Alright. Yan. So, in this query, a non-clustered index daw po, PAC internet sales product key on the product key field on the PAC internet sales table. So, i-run lang natin to. So, may lumabas na command completed successfully. So, proceed tayo sa step 12. So, to create a new query. So, create po tayo ng panibago ulit. Yan. So, type the following query in the new query page. And then, this query daw po retrieves the product from the PAC internet sales with product key 310. So, to check the query performance from the query menu, ulitin po natin, Control M, and run natin. Yan. So, lumabas na po yung execution plan tab natin. So, step 13, to view the execution plan of the query, click execution plan. So, tingnan natin. So, notice that in the execution plan, the clustered index scan cost on the PAC internet sales table is reduced to 99%. Yan. So, proceed naman tayo. Yan, sa exercise 2 na po tayo. So, exercise number 2, working with key columns naman tayo. So, non-clustered index can be used with key columns from the tables to retrieve faster results. So, indexing the key columns on the table helps the query to locate the record easily. Index key columns are included in the where clause of the select statement. So, sa exercises na to, matututunan na natin yung paggamit ng key columns in a non-clustered index naman. So, task number 1, use non-clustered index with key columns. So, in this task, we will create a non-clustered index with order date key and due date key. So, as the key columns from the PAC internet sales table, you will include the execution plan for to select the query. So, step 1. To create a new query, create po ulit tayo. There you go. So, type the following query. Ayan. So, this query daw po, itong kinapin natin, it retrieves the records from the PAC internet sales table where the order key is 20101229 and the due date key is 20110110. So, repeat the step ulit tayo. Control M and run po natin. Control M, F5. Ayan. So, the query runs successfully and the result set is displayed in the result pane. So, ito na po yun. So, along with the execution plan table. So, to view the execution plan of the query, click execution plan tab. So, let's click this. So, notice that in the execution plan, the clustered index scan cost on the PAC internal table is 100%. So, tama. So, step 2 na tayo. So, to create an index in the Object Explorer, click to expand Adventure Works. So, expand daw po natin ito. Yan. And, click Tables. Then, hanapin na po natin yung PAC Internet Sales. Nasa baba. Ito siya. Ay. Alright. Wait lang po. 4 seconds. So, ito. Then, click natin to. Expand ulit natin. Ayan. So, indexes. Right click daw po natin to. Then, new indexes. And, punta naman tayo dito sa non-clustered index. So, step 3 po. So, the new index dialog box is open. So, ito po yun. So, the system generated index name appears in the index name text box. So, delete the system generated name. So, type a name for the index in the index name text box. So, step 4. To add the key columns in the index in the new index dialog box, click add. Click daw po natin to para mag-add tayo ng key columns. So, yan. Step 5. To select key columns from the PAC Internet Sales table, click to select order date key. Yan. And due date key. Alright, so click OK. Then, step 6, to create the new index in the new index dialog box, click OK. Click natin to. So, yan. So, step 7, the query pane is open with the following query type in. So, yan. So, to rerun the query, click execute or press F5. Then, run natin ulit. Yan. So, the query runs successfully and the result is displayed in the result pane along with the execution plan table. So, step 8. To view the execution plan, so, yan. To complete the execution plan of the query appears. So, notice that in the execution plan, the clustered index lookup cost is reduced to 80%. The index scan cost for the non-clustered index is 20. Take a look. Yan. So, ito po yun. So, step 8. So, sabi doon, ayan, yung execution plan, yung clustered index daw po natin, nabawasan siya to 80%. Tapos, yung index ka naman po natin, cost for the non-clustered index is at 20%. So, let's proceed. So, exercise 3 na po tayo. So, managing non-key columns. So, the query performance can be further enhanced by including non-key columns in the index definition. So, with the inclusion of the non-key columns, the range of the query can be extended to other fields in the table. So, querying the non-clustered index with non-key columns reduces the data retrieval time. So, this is because the query can locate all the requested fields with the index. So, as a result po, the table does not need to be looked up each time the non-key columns are queried. So, the non-key columns are added to the index using the include clause. So, in this exercise, we will learn to include non-key columns in the index definition. So, let's proceed to the last one. Include non-key columns in non-clustered index. So, sa task daw po natin na to, matututunan natin kung paano mag-create na index with the key columns as first name and include the non-key columns hard date, birth date, and gender. So, you will also use the DIM employee table to access this field. So, ano po yung DIM na sinasabi? Yung DIM po is short for the word dimension. Yung DIM po, it allows us or it allows you to declare variables name and their types. So, yun po. So, step 1. Kikreate po tayo ulit. Alright. Tapos, type the following query in the new query pane. So, ito po yung sinabi kanina na first name. Ayan. Copy muna natin. Yan. So, first name, hard date, gender, birth date, and gender. So, yan. This query retrieves records from the DIM employee table where the first name of the employee is si David and ang gender niya po is M, which is male, and the birth date falls after 1970, 10, and 17. So, to check the query performance from the query menu, click include actual. So, click Ctrl M ulit, then run. So, right. So, step 2. So, to view the execution plan of the query, click the execution plan tab from the result pane. So, let's check. So, ang sabi dito, notice that in the execution plan tab, the clustered index scan cost on the DI employee table is 100%. Yan. So, tama po. So, step 3. Create ulit tayo. So, to include the non-key columns in the index definition, type the following query. So, copy ulit natin ito. So, this query creates index name, index underscore DIM employee on the DIM employee table. So, with first name as the key column, the query also includes the non-key columns, hard date, birth date, and gender. Ayan. So, nadagdag na po dito yung kanina. So, run natin. Yan. Command completed successfully. So, step 4. To view the newly created index name of the click to expand. Expand daw po natin yung kanina. Ito. Yan. So, click tables and the employees indexes. So, hanapin natin dito yung indexes. Alright. Ito. So, step 4 po tayo. To view the newly created index name, index underscore DIM employee in the Object Explorer. Ito po yung Object Explorer. Click daw po natin yung AdventureWorks DW 2016 CTP3. So, ito yun. Then, tables. Then, DIM employee. So, hanapin natin dito. Wait. So, step 4 po. To view the newly created index name, index underscore the employee in the Object Explorer. So, ito yung Object Explorer. Click to expand AdventureWorks DW 2016 CTP3. So, expand this. And, and tables. Ayan, tables. Then, DIM employee. So, ito yun. And click indexes. Ayan. So, the index DIM employee appears on the list. Ayan. Ito po yun. And step 5. To create a new query, then create ito ulit tayo. So, to view the query performance after the index creation, type the following query. So, para makita daw po natin yung result. Okay. This query, ito daw po, it selects all the records from the DI employee table where the first name is David, gender is M, male, and birth date is after 1970, 1017. So, to check the query performance, Ctrl M po ulit tayo, and then execute. Yan. The query runs successfully and the result set is displayed in the result pane. So, along with the execution plan tab. So, to view the execution plan query, click the execution plan. Yan. So, notice that in the execution plan, the key lookup for clustered index cost is reduced to 86. Saan yun? Ito. 86. So, the index seek cost of non-clustered index naman po, yung DIM employee is at 14%. So, yan. So, tapos na po tayo. Close all active windows. Let's check. So, summary. You cover the following activities in this module. So, nakagawa tayo ng index on table, and nakagawa din tayo ng with key columns and non-key columns. So, yun lang po, at maraming salamat.